Today we will learn cash book. It is a 3-column cash book, okay? So here, our previous lesson, we learned how to prepare sales journal, okay? Here we recorded all sales related transaction, okay? Sold goods, goods sold related transactions, okay? Asset sales related transactions are also there, but we do not include here, okay? Good. So here, for your better understanding, we have a question where we have taken from IGCSE Accounting First Paper. We will see the question first. Shilpa is a trader. The following transactions took place in January 2021. So here we see many transactions, okay? January 6, 20 and 26. These three transactions we have taken here in the sales journal, okay? Because these transactions are made on credit. This has no relation to the cash book, okay? So most confusing part is here in this question, all the transactions are given together, okay? These are jumbled up. You don't know which transactions will be taken to where, in the cash book or sales journal, okay? So before you watch this video, I recommend you watch the previous lesson if you did not watch. Otherwise, many things you will not understand. Okay, so here it is a cash book. You know, all cash related transactions will be appeared. Cash or bank related transactions. Okay, simple trick you need to remember. When cash or bank balance decreases, we record on the credit side. Okay, when cash or bank balance increase, we record on the debit side. Okay, so here the cash book, we will have the opening balance first. We will write this balance, okay? So cash column balance is always a debit balance, okay? Bank column balance depends, okay? If it is a bank overdraft, we will write on the credit side opening balance. If it is a bank balance not overdraft, then we record on the debit side, okay? Because it is an asset, current asset. Asset has a debit balance. It is a normal debit account, okay? Like cash. Okay, great. Here on the question, we have already opening balances, okay? These are given on the debit side. So let us write the balance first. So we will write date first, 2021, January 1st, okay? Here we will write balance BD, stands for brought down, okay? So here we have cash book balance $200 and bank account balance is $814, okay? Here it is a discount allowed column. There is no opening balance for discount allowed, okay? It is an expense. So here, you know this format already. On the debit side, we have date, detail, discount allowed, cash and bank columns. These are debit columns, and same we have on the credit side, okay? These are credit columns, but here it is discount received, okay? The only difference. Okay, great. Here our first transaction is January 2, paid rent $450 by direct debit, okay? Paid rent, it is an expense, yeah? When we pay money from the business, the cash balance will be decreased. Simple. So when cash balance will be decreasing, we will record on the credit side, okay? So let us write the date first, 2021, January 2, we will write here rent, okay? So this rent is not paid in cash, it is paid by direct debits, okay? It happens by bank only. So we will record this amount on the bank column, okay? So it is $450. Great, then we have our next transaction. It is January 3. Bought goods on credit from Dilip. List price is $120, subject to trade discount of $25, okay? This transaction will come here in the cash book. No, not at all. Why? Because this transaction is made on credit, okay? There is no cash receipt or paid for this transaction, even not by check, by bank, okay? So this will not be recorded. So now you might be thinking why this is given. Just to check your understanding. If you understand properly, you will never make mistake. But many of you, we see, write this transaction here on the cash book. It is incorrect, okay? So here our next transaction is 6, sold goods on credit, same, it is taken to the journal, sales journal, so it is also not related. January 9 here, sold office fittings for $110, which was paid by credit transfer. Okay, so sold, what is sold? Fixture sold. Okay, it is not goods, it is fixture, furniture. Furniture related transaction does not come on the sales journal. Okay, it will come here on the cash book as it is sold by credit transfer. Okay, sold, so here we receive money, right? That means the balance of cash or bank will be increased. So when balance increasing, we record on the debit side. Okay, so let us write here the date, January 9. So here we will write the disposal. Okay, sale of non-current asset is called disposal. So let us write here disposal of fittings. So here we sold, but we received money by credit transfer. That means the buyer transferred the money for these fittings directly to our bank account, to Shilpa's bank account. Okay, so this amount will appear here on the bank column, $110. Okay, then we have our next transaction. It is here January 10. Return goods to Dilip. Okay, return related transactions will never come here in the cash book. Okay, don't be confused, this will be given just to check your understanding. Okay, so this is not relevant. Then we have here January 11, paid $50 to Dilip in cash. Okay, paid in cash, so cash balance will be obviously decreased. Yeah, so decrease in cash will be recorded on the credit side. So let us write here date first, January 11. Okay, we will write here Dilip. So we paid in cash 150. We will write here on the cash column. Okay, finished. Then we have our next transaction. 15, cash sales $85 were immediately paid into the bank. Okay, cash sales, what does it mean? We sold goods and we received in cash. Okay, that means our cash balance will be here increased, so we will record on the debit side. But here immediately the cash money is deposited into the bank, so we will not write the money on the cash column, we will write money on the bank column. Okay, because our bank balance will be increased. Okay, so we will write the date first, January 15. Here we will write sales on the detail column and money on the bank column, $85. Okay, then we have our next transaction, January 17, paid office expenses $30 by credit transfer. Okay, expenses we paid by credit transfer. We paid, that means balance of cash or bank will be definitely decreased. Yeah, so we will record on the credit side. Another way you can remember, all expense appears on the credit side of cash book. Okay, so you can note it down. So next transaction here, January 17. Okay, we will write here office expenses. So $30 paid by credit transfer. Okay, so Shilpa transferred this money through bank. Okay, to the pay. Okay, great. Then we have our next transaction, January 20, sold goods on credit to Pari. Okay, sales related transaction on credit. So this is not a cash transaction, we have taken this transaction here on the sales journal. Okay, then 21, we have here Kabir paid by cheque for the goods he purchased on January 6 after deducting cash discount of 7.5%. So January 6, we sold goods to Kabir. Okay, we recorded this transaction here on the sales journal because this is not a cash related transaction. So the selling price was $200. It's a list price actually. From here we subtracted discount, trade discount. Then the net selling price is $160. Okay, this amount is now paid by Kabir. Okay, how he paid? He paid by check. Okay, when he paid this amount by check, we received money. Okay, and we allowed discount, 7.5% discount. Okay, now what is the discount price? So the selling price was $160 times 7.5%. Okay, what do you get here? So here it is $12. Okay, this is discount amount. Okay, we allowed the discount. So we received from Kabir. Now we will record on the debit side. Okay, because our bank balance will be increased because we received by check. Okay, so let us write here the date here 21 January. We will write here Kabir, the customer. Okay, so here we will write this $12 on the discount column. Okay, so how much will be here now on the bank column? 160 minus discount 12 equal to $148. Okay, we received from Kabir. Okay, great. So many of you will charge this discount on $200. If you do this way, your answer will be incorrect. Okay, so we have here next transaction. It is January 24. Pari paid $141 by check in a full settlement of the purchase made on January 20. Okay, so now what is the January 20 transaction? Sold goods on credit to Pari $150. Okay, so this $150 we recorded on the sales journal because this is not a cash transaction, it is a credit transaction, so we record it here. Okay, now Pari paid this amount. Okay, so Pari is supposed to pay $140, but full settlement of this amount Pari paid $141. Okay, so 150 minus 141 equal to $9. What about this $9? Well, it is discount allowed. Okay, it is a discount amount, so this amount will appear here on the discount allowed column. So we received from Pari, we will write here the Pari on the dealer column, and date will be January 24. We will write this amount $141 on the bank column because Pari paid this amount by check. Okay, so we have to record on the bank column. Okay, if Pari pays in cash, then we will write on the cash column. Okay, great. The next transaction here, 26. Sold goods on credit to Yash $62, offering him a discount. Okay, this is a credit transaction, so we had to record on the sales journal $62. Okay, we will not record this transaction here in the cash book. Okay, so these are transactions we need to take to the cash book, others are not related. Okay, so the main thing is choosing the transaction, the right transaction in the right place. Okay, now what to do? Now we need to balance this account. Okay, how to balance? Balancing part is not complicated, just you need to understand. So first of all, we have to check which column is greater. We will do first cash column. So here we will check cash column on the debit side and on the credit side. Which column is greater? We see the debit cash column is greater. So we will sum up the debit cash column first. So here we get only one amount, it is $200. Okay, so we will take this cash to the opposite side. Okay, here on the credit cash column, so we will write here same totals $200. Okay, now we will subtract this amount from this 200. Okay, so we get here 150. 200 minus 50 equal to 150. Okay, so this is our closing balance for cash. So we will write here balance. CD stands for carried down. Okay, so now we will compare debit bank column to the credit bank column. Which column is greater in terms of value? So we see debit column is greater, so we will sum up on the debit column first. The total is here $1,298. Okay, so we will take this total to the opposite side, means on the credit side. So we will write here same amount 1298. Now we will subtract this all amounts from this total. Okay, what we get here? If we subtract, we get $818. Okay, this is the closing balance for bank. Okay, now we need to write the date here. What date? The last day of the month. It is 2021 January 31st. Yeah, last day of the month. Okay, great. Now what about discount, receipt and allowed column? Should we balance them? No need. Okay, we will just total these columns. Okay, so here we see nothing, and here we see 12 plus 9 equal to 21. Okay, we don't have to balance this account. Okay, now what to do? Now we need to bring down this balance. Okay, how to bring down this balance? Here we carry down the balance on the credit side, so this will come to the opposite side below the totals. Okay, so here we see the cash balance is $150 and bank balance is here $818. The closing balances, we will write here balance BD, stands for brought down. Okay, and the date for balance BD means the opening balance for next month will be first day. Okay, so here we are doing for January. The first day of next month will be 2021 February 1st. So we will write here 21 February 1st. Okay, so this is how we need to prepare cash book, 3-column cash book. In our next tutorial, I'll show you how to prepare a ledger. Okay, ledger for Dilip, because sometimes you see on the question after preparing cash book you need to prepare ledger as well.